What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 10 of Track Talkers. Bro, go to the dump, grab the magnet, get the KTM steel frame. This thing is cooking, bro. What is going on?
It's not cooking like kitchen, but it's cooking like Chase Sexton.
Oh, baby. I absolutely love it. We got a special guest on the show again.
Who could it be?
Introduce him, Uncle Ty.
It is Lund MX, YouTube sensation,
Keep it going.
YouTube fanatic.
Keep it going.
Your guy, your dad that you imagine.
The dad
Clint
you always
MX.
Yeah, the dad you always wanted, Lund MX, Dirt Tricks Media superstar, professional mechanic, bike restorer, the best in the business, absolutely phenomenal, Lund MX. Welcome to the show.
You gonna let me talk this time, Adam? You gonna let me get a word in edgewise?
Dude, it's gonna be hard to do. I'll try my best, but yeah. That's all
I tried to have a pep talk with him, Clint. Just be like, hey, bro, maybe this time, when someone has a thought and someone takes a breath, that's not an opening for you to come in. It's not live announcing. This is a podcast. So everybody can finish their thought and take a breath at the same time,
Well, thank God. And we got a lot to talk about, boys. I ain't taking the wheel on this podcast, but damn, what a race.
Bro.
Dude, what a race. Let's talk about the track first. Best HangTown I've ever seen.
Hey, shout out to Schaefer Tracks, Shane Schaefer, Landon Taylor, and Dwight Power. They were there for 2 weeks, brought in a whole bunch of sand, did a phenomenal new track layout, prepped the track phenomenally where it wasn't just totally de-ripped in one line. It was, I would say, the best HangTown in the last 10 years. That's for damn sure.
Oh, for sure. Without a doubt. The dirt looked phenomenal all day long. Mm-hmm. And, we know it's going to be dry, but, it was only dry really on, the big triple, the fly sky shot triple thing.
But this is what I think Lucas Oil or, MX Sports need to realize is that, dry on the face of pure hardpack is fine.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
A little bit of dust on the lips, no rider is going to complain about that. You know what riders are going to complain about? You fucking wetting down or watering on the lip of hardpack, because where is the moisture going to go? It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to make it slippery.
And the thing is about that, coming from professional riders like Tyler and I, the window of a good lip when it's hard packed like that is a minute or two. Mm-hmm. It goes from really slippery to perfectly tacky to then dry again like that when the dirt's that hard packed on the faces.
Yeah, and when it's dry, at least it's consistent. If it's already set and it's becoming hard packed, I would just leave it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are we going to start with, boys? Do you want to start? We got to start with 250, right?
100%.
Got to start.
Okay, so I think the first place that we start in 250 is we start with qualifying, dude.
Dude, Casey Cochran was ripping. And he didn't get one good lap. He got 2 good laps in the A practice even. He was on fire.
Dude, for a rookie rider to come in, and I know he's been riding outdoors his whole life, but for Casey Cochran to get on that Husky and qualify first, that's a big deal, dude. Because to me, again, that's saying that those KTMs and Huskies are working.
Really?
I said they were pieces of shit multiple weeks in a row. But I want to come on here and, one, I apologize, KTM. I'm sorry. I still think you guys need work in the whoops. But you have something figured out. Those bikes are working.
Yeah, because
they flipped it around.
Not to jump ahead or anything, but you have Casey Cochran, top qualifier, and then you have Tom Vial, winner of Moto 2.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
and then you got AP, and we're not going to say the results, but AP and Sexton.
Yeah, all doing good this weekend. Was ripping. And then remember what we said in mid Supercross season 2 about Casey Cochran. If you can stay healthy, do all the laps, do all the motos, and keep on building, like he's gonna this is kind of, it doesn't solidify the sense of belonging he needs to get, but it definitely is something in the memory bank that he can go and tap into. You know, when he's having tough motos or tough races ahead, where he can be like, dude, I was fastest qualifier at HangTown. Like, I can do it.
Dude.
I have the speed for these guys. I can be up front. Like, those names aren't that big anymore when you're running up front.
Dude, faster than Joey Savacci, Hayden Deegan, Tom Vial, Levi Kitchen.
Well, Hayden Deegan had a broken shifter, I believe.
In the second
practice.
Because the first practice he did pretty good. He ran a 1:58.5, which was the fastest out of the first practice. But either way, let's say he did have a shifter. That's still second fastest.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
On a fucking 250.
Yes. With all those guys together. This isn't West Coast, East Coast.
No.
Where we're separated.
Everybody.
This is everybody. This is a big deal. Like a big, big deal for Casey Cochran. Another guy that did pretty good on the Triumph, Joey Savacci.
Yeah. I mean, he was ripping. Yeah.
Dude, second fastest qualifier.
Yeah, and to the second round. Like, think of how long he's been off the bike. Because I think the last time he raced a motorcycle was like the Rocky Mountain kind of Butler Brothers team, right?
I thought
No, he did a fill-in ride for Cowie.
Well, no, yeah, I thought he did his own privateer Cowie too.
Oh, he did for World Supercross?
Yep. That's what I mean.
Was that last year?
Yeah, he raced World Supercross. He raced World Supercross.
No, the Summit Racing Kawasaki.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yep. And then a little bit of a surprise, Levi Kitchen qualifies 13th. He didn't like the track, though. He said he
clearly was like, dude, I got third. That's like a win here.
Yeah. So, moving on. Let's go to Moto 1. Okay. Chance Hymas.
Hey, with the holy and just out there ripping, sprinting, putting sprint speed together.
Dude, for a long time.
Hey, could we say like a hybrid? I mean, I hate to do this to him, but because Chance is his own rider, but like definitely Trey Kennard, Jet Lawrence hybrid.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know?
Not even a question. And, I think the most impressive thing to me about Chance this weekend was how composed he was to hold the lead for as long as he did. And then once he got past, he definitely dropped off a little bit, but it seemed like to me that he was pretty solid throughout the entire race.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I kind of knew he wasn't going to do as good second moto, and that's probably a spoiler alert, but I knew he wasn't going to do as good second moto because you could tell when he talked about it on the podium, he kind of talked about like, yeah, I was really working on my fitness this season, coming into this season, and I was sick of being the guy that couldn't run up front and stay up front. I'm over it. And you could tell the determination in his eyes, but the difference, man, between Hayden Deegan on the podium and Chance Hymas was like night and day fitness-wise. Like, no matter if you like Hayden Deegan or you don't like Hayden Deegan, that fucker is fit, dude. And Chance Hymas looked gassed, which is normal for the first time you've led that long.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the first time he was out in AMA Pro Motocross leading HangTown for over, 15 minutes.
Like, that's impressive, dude. Like, where the fuck is Joe Shimoda? Like,
I was just going to bring that up. Okay,
motherfucker.
Number 30, like we got to talk about it because when your backup teammate, so to speak, is whipping the hell out of you, like
on the same bike.
Yeah, we can all agree let's get this done really quick. We all agree Joe Shimoda is supposed to be number one and in the title fight, right? We can all agree that. It's not that Chance Hymas isn't the number one guy, but Chance Hymas to me is more of like a younger, more learny, curvy, championships down the road type of kid. And Joe got hired to be that guy right now. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Clint, what's your opinion? What's your take on Joe?
Joe, to me, so watching Joe come from the Kawasaki to the Honda has been the biggest showing factor to me of bike comfortability. He is not comfortable on the Honda, and I don't know why. I don't have some special insight for you or some crazy way of looking at this. It's just that transition to Honda for some reason for him has not been easy.
No. And the weird thing is, though, is Ty and I talk about it all the time. We talk about Joe, and we talk about how he's a slow starter to the season. And this, I know he seemed better on the Cowie, but did he just seem better on the Cowie because he was doing better at the end of the season when he was riding Cowie, and then he switched to Honda, and we expected him to start off on that foot? Or do we see a different Joe towards the end of the year? Is this the Joe that's right now getting comfortable with outdoors? He's still trying to figure out outdoors, because you have to remember, he hasn't ridden the bike or set the bike up for outdoors yet. We all expect him to just come off a Supercross and be that guy, right? Well, he wasn't riding outdoor. He was riding Supercross on this bike. This is the first time he's ridden outdoor. Ty, I see an eye roll. What?
Bro, your guy 20 feet away from you is riding almost the same bike and doing way better than you. And
Dude, but
Joe obviously has the speed. He qualified 4th. He has a 58.8, and Casey Cochran got a 157.9. So almost a second off of Casey, but he's only 0.3 off of Hayden, and then he's only 0.4 off Joey Savacci. And so he qualified top 4. I mean, and then his 250 Moto 1 results, he, finished 7th. The reason that he is getting these positions is he's not starting up front. This 250 class, I mean, there's some heavy hitters out, but there's some good depth in this class, and he's just not figuring out the track. I feel like when I do see him on the TV, he kind of takes some funky lines, and he doesn't look. I mean, I could agree with Clint. He doesn't look loose. He doesn't look comfortable on the bike. And I don't know why he can't flip that switch, but I can guarantee you by fucking round, 10 or 11,
he's going to be ripping.
He's going to be ripping. He's going to be up there.
It's going to be too late.
And I don't know if it's got to be 100% mental, because, it's just right now he has the pressure on, and until the pressure of the championship slips away, then he, picks it up again.
Yeah, but the hard thing that you talked about just now is Hymas is getting it done. But it's the same thing with fucking Sexton and Jet last year when they were both on the 450.
Yeah, they were going 1 and 2.
No, dude, Sexton complained 24/7 about his bike.
Yeah, but still going 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, that is the truth. But, I mean, one guy liked the bike and did well, and one guy hated the bike.
I mean, this is true, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
this is the 250 class too. This ain't the 450 class.
We know that bike is not slow.
Yeah, I mean, we got mistakes happening like Hayden Deegan's helicopter.
Let's just take bike setup out of it. Where the fuck is Joe's starts at? Because your teammate is getting good starts and just got the whole shot, and you have the same.
Jet and Hunter are ripping.
And you have the same start map, the same motor, maybe not the same motor package, but similar.
Yeah, but you have that motor package available.
And you have that start map available. So, I mean, how many, you can't make too many excuses for Joe. He's got to fucking step up.
Big time.
Well, Hayden Deegan made everybody his bitch again.
Oh, my God.
In Moto 1.
Just comes
Who
basically from 10th?
Who wants to talk about that? first. Clint, you're up. What do you like from a guy who doesn't ride? What are you seeing from Hayden Deegan?
What do you mean? Clint rides. He just never raced professional. That was pretty fucking harsh.
Clint actually rides really well. That was stupid. As a guy that didn't race at a professional level, what do you see?
What I'm seeing is just a more practiced, composed, trained Deegan than ever before. I've seen a maturity in his style from just like a full-on send it kid and just, whatever happens, fuck it. He seems a lot more planned and composed. Like when he's looking forward now. I feel like in the past he was kind of like dialing in his sights a little too close to his front wheel, and now he's looking way up further the track. And I think it's maturity, right? It's just time behind the bars. It's the team obviously working hard with him too. He's minimizing mistakes. The helicopter was, I feel like that helicopter crash would have happened to anyone. That rear end broke loose on that bike, and that was it. And it sent him to Indonesia and beyond. But the truth is that he got back up, though, and finished it like a champ. And I just, if that was his only mistake, I feel like any rider could have definitely taken a fall on that same predicament. And it kind of shows like he's just maturing better. He's understanding how the bike's going to work under him. And the suspension, too, with him, it looks like he's running a lot more of a plush setup than a lot of guys.
A lot. Like, I'd say a lot softer setup. And then just to add on to like his style and stuff, I really like. I don't
disagree about the setup.
I noticed a lot on Hayden's style is like he's starting to like ride a little bit more straight up and down and a little bit more relaxed, and he's not staying so low on the bike, and is definitely making the bike, I think, work easier, and it just makes him look like he's very comfortable, behind riders or in the position. He's not panicking whatsoever. And when he was coming up on Levi or Chance, that he was super relaxed and kind of, taking a deep breath over those big jumps and relaxing, and kind of, he had this sense of, I got you, bitches. You could tell he was riding with the confidence like that.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is like for the people listening, what Ty's talking about, riding taller, why that benefits you, is because when he squats like that, he's not a very big guy, right? So your rider triangle, from the seat to your crotch is very, very important, because that's how much room you have to kind of be able to let the bike work underneath you without having to manhandle the bike and make it do something so you don't get bucked off. So even that little extra inch of letting that bike come into you through the kickers is going to make a big difference. But there's something else that I kind of already talked about that I just want to see what you guys think that I'm watching from Hayden. What do you guys think would be the one big factor that I think I seen Vial have it a little bit in the second moto, but what do you think is a big factor to me or a big factor to you guys that separates Hayden Deegan from the rest of the group? Like, if you could pinpoint it, what's that one thing?
I think aggressiveness.
What do you think, Ty?
I think, honestly, I feel like he takes in the whole entire track.
I didn't even think about that, but that's a really good point.
I feel like to Clint's point, like his head is very up, and and you could tell like he's very relaxed in the setting he's at, either whether he's like up front or not. I feel like he sees the old track and he's not glued into every line. And like,
and for
why
you guys,
I say that is because when he was riding behind Levi Kitchen or Chance Hyman's, like, yes, of course he had that spot after the start first corner and then going up the hill. Like, that was definitely a key spot that Hayden had in the first moto. But coming down the downhills, like, he was not afraid of going like left to right, outside, or cutting across, taking those outside lines and then cutting down into those inside lines. Like, I'm a fan of those lines because those are those are similar lines like I would take or whatever that I'm most comfortable with. So in him doing that, like he just has a sense of like everything's around him, and he's taking the whole track in, and he kind of knows what's up.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, or that didn't come to mind, but that is definitely a really good point. And I think, Clint, to be honest, you were on the right track to what I was thinking, and you guys could tell me if I'm wrong. But I think the biggest difference is because Vial, Hayden, and Levi Kitchen all have pretty close to the same thing going on, right? They're the same speed. But to me, the biggest difference that's separating Hayden from those two other guys is just purely his strength and fitness. Like, bottom line. Because that's how he can be more aggressive and focus. I think that he has put on, like, he's a smaller guy, but the way his body was built, he's more muscly. And you can see him really use that to his advantage, where he's able to muscle the bike and do it for 30 fucking minutes straight. Nonstop. He's really using that to his advantage.
Yeah, huge shout out to Swanee, but like I would love to know what his training program, because like you would common people would think more muscle, more like your body's going to take more oxygen.
Okay, but let me clarify. I don't think he has a ridiculous, like, he's not a bodybuilder muscle
No
type.
shit.
But,
we all seen his shirt off interviews.
He looks like he's almost just a little more manly than Vial and Kitchen, where it almost looks like those guys haven't matured. You know how, like, when you look versus 25 versus 18, Deegan looks like he has that filled out, a little bit more filled out of a look, which I think is really helping him.
Yeah, but
he's taking advantage of that.
Yeah, he's definitely taking advantage of his body type, because I feel like his dad's built the exact same way.
Yes, he's
a little bit more heavy set in the shoulder area and his biceps and stuff like that, where you can clearly tell like Levi Kitchen's built like a road cyclist, like super thin.
Where
up
he's
top.
gonna have to be smooth.
Yeah.
You know, like he's going to have to ride the Euro style, where Vial does the same thing. You got to let the bike flow. You got to be real precise and make sure it's all lined up. Deegan is making his style complement what his body type is and taking advantage of it.
And to be clear, the answer for Levi Kitchen and Vial is not to be more like Deegan.
No.
They just need to be more like themselves and take advantage of their strengths. That's all we're saying. We're just saying that Deegan is excelling in his strength and is bringing his capabilities to 100% capacity.
Yes. And Levi Kitchen is never going to be great at what Hayden Deegan is great at, because they have different bodies.
Yeah, and Hayden's not going to be good at what Levi's at.
100%.
But Levi is just got to take advantage of like his strengths, like his long legs, so like he can keep the rear wheel down longer in the in rollers and keep more traction. He's just got to figure out what works for him and then excel in that area.
Yeah.
You know what was interesting too was seeing the difference between Pala and HangTown, where Pala was very much a 2-lane track, right? And HangTown, traditionally, HangTown is a 1-line. Like, it is extremely 1-line.
Yeah.
This year was like a 14-line track. There was so many ruts and like every corner. And one thing that I saw from Deegan that I also saw on Time Master Pool was being more like, how do I say this? Like using more of the track instead of like using your same line every single time, like we saw Jet doing, and I'm sure we'll get to that. But Deegan will search the track, constantly adapting.
Yeah.
And I saw that with Time Master Pool. The difference is between the two is you could tell Time Master Pool is like fighting the bike. He's not flowing with the bike, where Deegan just like everything he drops that front wheel into is planted.
Yeah.
Well,
and I feel like Deegan's bike even looks better from last week to this week.
Yeah.
I
would agree. It just seems like to me, like what you said, Clint, is like Ty Masterpool looked like he was 1 inch too far inside when he got to that outside rut. and he would just be a little off balance, where Deegan made just those little bit more precise moves. But I think Ty Masterpool did a fantastic job this week.
Dude, for his situation that Ty Masterpool is in, he is absolutely killing it.
Killing it.
Like, the more time he's going to get on that bike and the more he rides that bike, he's going to know what that thing is doing. Because, like, I don't know, I was just talking to Jason Giordano, actually.
Yep.
A couple days ago, and I was just getting a few tips in here and there. And you got, like, I was just talking about training stuff, and for anybody that wants to listen, you cannot replace, like, ride time,
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Deegan's bike and people that you see flow with the bike and it's like one with the bike, that only comes with a certain amount of time that you put behind the bars and your butt on the seat. Like, that shit does not come easy. Like, I remember I got there and Addie's gotten there and stuff, but, like, dude, I remember I rode 21 days straight every single day down south for 3 weeks, and then I would take a weekend off and then ride another 7 days straight. Like,
Yeah.
and I remember, like, after I did that for 6 or 8 months, dude, I felt like I knew exactly what my bike would do on every single kicker, on every single rud lip, on every single chuck hole. Like, I knew exactly what my bike would do, and I could just fucking hold it wide open and know exactly what the thing is going to do.
Yep. All right.
It's a good ass feeling.
Yeah.
So moving on, Moto 2. Hayden Deegan gets the whole shot. And then Ty Masterpool, right? Second place.
Levi Kitchen.
Okay,
And then Ty
you're right.
fucking jets up the inside and passes him.
Levi Kitchen's right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Deegan kind of gets away, kind of doesn't.
But, hey, Ty keeps him honest.
Yeah, but that's, with Kitchen. And then Ty Masterpool straight up passes Levi.
Yeah.
Sick. So
Ripping.
that to me is showing too that Ty Masterpool is just figuring this bike out.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got the speed and he can put that lap in.
Yeah, he's
but
got the cojones to twist it.
Yeah, he faded. But I mean, that's okay. He only faded. He faded to 11th.
Yeah.
But, when's the last time this kid's been fighting? I mean, realistically, Ty Masterpool isn't out of the championship yet.
No, he's not.
But he's not in it by any means.
But
I
I would say, like,
there's something where if he turned it around, he could do it.
I would say if he can figure it out and not have, like, any motos like he did on Fox Raceway, like, he could be top 5 in this championship, like, no problem.
No problem.
And that's fucking huge. That's a huge bonus check for him.
Well, who cares about a bonus check?
What do you mean?
That's a ride next year.
Bro, I don't know. His supercross skills need some work, doesn't it?
Yeah, but dude, in 250, 450 is a whole different freaking level. Kyle Chisholm barely makes the main on the weekend now, and that fool a year ago got on Star and was on the podium.
Yeah.
It's same with Christian Craig, right?
That's what I mean. Like, dude, the 450 Supercross class, people don't understand how gnarly that is. But somehow I'm back on Supercross. So
because you hate outdoor, Adam. That's why. It's because you fucking hate outdoor motocross.
Oh shit.
So Ty Masterpool passes
absolute ripping.
Passes Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Deegan's putting it down. And is there anything we want to talk about before Deegan crashes? Not really, right?
Not really. I do want to talk about some track stuff and some announcer stuff after we talk about 250s.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that after 250s.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run through this really quick. Salvaci, do you think let's go back to Moto 1 and we'll go bounce and forth.
Bro, the Triumph straight up fucking grenaded.
Yeah, it did. It was not an electrical issue. That's what I was going to ask you. They said it was an electrical issue. That thing blew up, bro. That thing grenaded, bro. Come on.
I mean, they were wheeling it back. So, like,
hold on. We're not professional mechanics. Let's ask Clint, the professional mechanic.
Clint,
what is your take on this?
Dude, that engine let go, bro. Like, no.
He said he even made noise and then went kunk, kunk.
Yeah, and then it gave up.
He
said it gave up.
Yeah, no, it gave up. All right. That thing, it's, and that's to be expected. Brand new bike, a lot of R&D's been done, but not all of it. So we're expecting to see some weak links come on that bike, and Savatgy found the first one. Who knows what the issue is? They'll never tell us, but that thing let go.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing that pisses me off about motocross.
Bro,
dude,
how does that piss you off, bro?
This is
Triumph is trying to develop a new dirt bike.
No, can you just listen to what I'm going to say?
Maybe.
This is what pisses me off, okay, about dirt bikes. Everything is so hush-hush. It's like, dude, the bike blew up. That's totally fine, bro. I see half the Yamahas in the back of the privateers blow up on a weekend. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we know Addy, stuff
this is
blows
national
up.
televised.
Yes.
Like,
It
might not be nationally televised, but on pro motocross, they're not going out and saying, oh, Yamaha has a recall on clutch plates. That's why Eli Tomac's clutch is breaking.
Yeah, but bro, like Clint said, we're not dumb. This is Triumph's first year. Everybody's super stoked on Jalek Swoll.
We're not the general consumer, bro.
True.
We know better.
Yeah.
We know. Hey, I love Hondas, but dude, I have blown holes through 2 cases on multiple bikes through the bottom of my case where I've had to trash a whole motor. But if you do that on national television on an HRC bike, then a guy on his couch to be like, dude, I'm not gonna buy a Honda. If HRC can fucking blow one up, what am I gonna do to it?
Yeah, it's so true.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to develop a reputation of Triumph. And the second round into pro motocross, where it's going to be like you're basically testing durability because you're doing 2 30-minute motos, the bike blows up one moto on 82 degrees.
Let me say something, too, on top of that, Ty. So everyone at home listening right now, understand that Savatgy did not come out there on a used bike. That was a brand new bike. Like, that was not, okay, yes, he raced the chassis at Paula. He raced maybe the wheel set at Paula, but everything else, I mean, literally everything else, the exhaust, the engine, suspension, that all is brand new.
Yeah, and just to add on, like, you were probably getting there, but I rudely interrupted you. But to add on, they probably even rebuilt that motor, and at worst, they kept the bottom end in it.
No, not. I don't see so. Triumph.
You don't think so? You just think they're changing a whole motor on
not on a 250?
Yeah, I think
race on one race.
Yeah, on a 250
on a 2-moto format. Not. Yeah, after Fox Raceway, they rebuilt that engine.
No, I mean, they're not going to rebuild it. And they have another crate motor that they're just going to put a new motor in
and then take that
cycle. They probably have 3 or 4 motors, three or four motors per bike that they just cycle through.
Yeah.
Yes, and let me also everybody at home, check this out. So in Supercross, you can absolutely on a 450 run the same bottom and top end multiple nights. Those things are fine with it. They love it. 250s, you could get a couple. If you're a mid-pack rider, those fast guys up front are getting new motors every single race, but they don't necessarily need it. They just want those guys at the front without a single possibility of power being lost. Yeah. So the difference between a Supercross and motocross bike, as far as wear and tear goes, is substantially harder on the bike outdoor than indoor. And I'm telling you, and I know the boys know this too, bikes in outdoor get absolutely railed. And if it's a mudder, you basically throw away the entire bike, and that's not a joke. These things get torn to pieces internally from all the mud and dirt, heat. They see longer durations of heat, and we've even in the past we've even boiled gas and had issues with boiling gasoline. Like, these things get super hot for a lot of laps, and for that, that's gnarly on a motocross bike.
I had a full-on fuel pump just go out on me on one moto just because it was fucking so hot.
Yeah.
And that was in Washougal.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, too, they're going to be dealing with gas boiling. If you guys don't know, the gas will actually boil at Colorado because of the heat and the altitude. And that's something where you got to keep the gas in, like, dry ice, and then you put heat shield under the gas tank. And what'll happen is it'll actually, like, boil, and it won't get a solid feed to the fuel injector. And then it goes blah, blah, out of nowhere, and it'll just blubber, like,
and too,
really bad.
I don't even think a lot of people know, but with how fast literally everybody's going on these 450s and 250s, dude, I'm not kidding you guys. After the sight lap,
yeah,
everybody has a
aluminum
1 pint container or little
kinda
1
like
pint
this
container of race fuel. They literally, you have to top your fuel off all the way to the tippy top, because at the end of the 30 minutes plus 2, they're
on paper.
They're on fumes almost. And now I even had to do that on some races.
Yeah, that's why, like,
that's why the gas boils, is because it gets so thin at the bottom of your tank and it's so hot underneath, and then there's no other gas to cool it, so it's just down to this little bit on those last couple laps, and then that's why those problems arise.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll see them on a lot of bikes, but like I know on Jason Anderson's, and we had them on our Suzuki's, CRM makes us like a full factory carbon outdoor tank that's like that much more gasoline to where we don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they do now to fix that
yeah,
problem.
But that
like if you're a privateer,
but
if you're a privateer, you literally have to, and you'll see the factory dudes do it too.
Yeah, but they're still topping their gas tank off in the sight lap.
Yeah.
Even with that gas tank.
I don't think so with the carbon gas tanks. I don't think they have to do that. But you never know. They might, because these guys are like measuring fuel and making sure how much fuel
At
you got to
Southwick,
have.
that's why people put on fucking
100%.
big tanks.
So let's get back to Moto 2 so we can get onto the broadcast. So Moto 2, almost close towards the end. Hayden Deegan hits a kicker. He says on the podium that his suspension was just a little bit off, which it looked like to me in the second moto. It was a little bit side to side in the rear.
Mm-hmm.
He did definitely get a little off balance. What was that, Clint?
It was hot. You could tell his suspension just got super hot.
Yeah. But either way, I think they missed the setup in the rear just a little bit. But that could have been a front issue. Either way, the rear wasn't working the way it should have been working.
We're talking about Hayden Deegan?
Hayden Deegan. And he clipped the side of that kicker and leaned a little left, and that thing just said whoop right over the top of the rut.
If you
and
guys
then
want
he
a
did
good view of
helicopter.
it, it's on Hayden Deegan's Instagram.
Yep.
And it's a way better view of it. Hey, just so, like, before we move on to off of Hayden Deegan, dude, what do you guys think about the shirtless interviews? I mean,
sick.
if I was Thor or Monster, I'd be kind of pissed.
No, bro, my guy runs the American flag.
Bro, it's not like wrapped around him like he's a UFC fighter.
Let's put it this way. Somebody got upset at him because he was trying to put his jersey back on for the second podium interview. But then they were trying to get him, and he couldn't get it on, so he just took it off and grabbed an American flag and ran up to the podium, which is very Hayden Deegan-esque. You know what I mean? Which I love it. I mean, I don't know, dude. When you're outdoor, bro, as soon as I got back to the pit, because I never had a podium, but dude, I pretty much stripped. Yeah, I had a podium in the LCQ. I stripped down pretty much to my underwear and jumped right in the pool. You know, dude, we are fried and we are hot after that moto. Mm-hmm. The last thing you want to do, I mean, professionally, yeah, wear your jersey. But, I mean, if you're Hayden Deegan and you're a rebel without a cause.
You're a rebel without a cause.
We're talking about it again. We're talking about Hayden Deegan again.
Let me ask this, because I think you guys would know better than me, and I bet you a lot of viewers are curious too. So we know, right, that when they go up on the podium, they have their Monster can or their Red Bull can, right, which is part of their contractual obligation. Yep. They're required to have that. They're required to have their hat, and yes, their jersey and a goggle around their neck. This is all written in to their contracts. Like, hey, at every podium, you have to have this, 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 and this. Will Hayden get crap from his sponsors, or will he just not get that paycheck?
No, he's not getting any crap from anybody. And this is
for sure.
No,
without the jersey on?
No, he's not going to get any crap from anybody, and let me tell you why. Because right now, Hayden Deegan is the top of the top on anything media and whatever, and he had his hat on. He had his monster hat. And I think that they don't care what he does right now as long as he wins and, you know what he's wearing. Usually there's a guy, 100% guy or an X brand or Scott Goggles or whoever your goggle person is at the podium with a set of goggles ready. That's why like 100% has the gold ones, the silver ones, and the bronze ones. So somebody will put those goggles on him. But clearly, that person wasn't there or he needed to rush up there because usually he just hands them to him. And I didn't see Hayden like push him off. But I think Hayden right now is so popular that they don't care, bro. What do you think? I really don't think that they care. I think that he is such a media hit with all the shit he says that it doesn't matter, bro. There's so many eyes on him.
I guess we'll see. If there's any more shirtless podium speeches, then nobody said anything. But if he has his shirt on throughout the summer, then someone said something.
Well, okay, you ain't taking your shirt off unless you're winning. Let's put it that way. I'll bet you if he gets third, he ain't doing no shirtless interview. He did a shirtless interview because he won, and then he crashed and still beat Levi Kitchen. And
then turned around to the Monster Girls and flexed.
And flexed on them. Exactly, 100%. That's my opinion. Hayden Deegan is not doing a shirtless interview if he don't win. He's going to be humbled real quick. But that's part of the deal.
You know who kept their shirt on?
Levi Kitchen.
Jet.
Oh,
Jet Lawrence.
Yes, he did, because he did a shirt. He was the opener of the shirtless interviews.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
He was the opener.
Dude, didn't it seem like a, I mean, I don't want to say it was a fake mad face, but like.
No, let's talk about the broadcast real quick. Are we done with 250s?
No. Tom, the most impressive thing, this is the last thing, was Hayden Deegan got up and still beat Levi Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Poor Kitchen, bro. This is your last chance. I said at the thing, you got 3 rounds. Next one's Colorado. It's your best track.
Yep.
Better get it done.
We're going to be roasting you if you don't get it done.
We are going to roast you, Kitchen, if you don't get it done, because you are going to be Hayden Deegan's.
And, too, Kitchen, I'm a huge fan, dog, and I don't want my brother be fucking over here.
Dude, that's not fair. I like Kitchen, too. I really do. I like Kitchen. I have no problem with Kitchen.
Bro, you're fucking meta militia, bro.
No, bro, I took a picture with Levi Kitchen and my son at A1. I have it in my phone. I'll show you. But
fake.
But I liked Hayden Deegan from the beginning when everybody was hating on him. And, like, I've met him at his house, hung out with him. Like,
No, I like Deegan.
Dude, Hayden Deegan, when you get him off a camera, which is very rare, dude, he is cool as shit to hang out with. He's just a bro.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, can I not like all these guys?
No, I'm just giving you shit.
Okay,
I'm a fan of Hayden Deegan, too.
So, Hayden Deegan goes down. Vial capitalizes and is just straight ripping on the KTM. Props for the KTM. Goes out, wins second moto, but goes 1-4. Doesn't get the overall.
No.
End of 250. Let's talk about the broadcast. Do you have anything more to say?
I mean, I don't have anything more to add. I mean, KTM fucking did their job.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
especially second
class.
moto.
Yeah.
It was interesting that they said that Vial wanted to do something about the start setting, but it looked like they did something about the track setting.
The bike setting?
Yeah, like what James Stewart was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that looked more like a bike setup change than a start change, buddy.
For sure. But starting with the broadcast and Jason Wygate and James Stewart, dude. What about those fucking shirts?
Bro.
Did Jason Wygate not get a tan? Like, did Did they fit those shirts?
Dude,
like
Jason Wygant.
Hold on 1 second. Did they wear those shirts on round 1 and I just didn't notice?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Did they get shrunk?
They must have washed them on hot.
Because
they
both of them look like they shopped at Baby Gap or something.
Bro. Dude, they were like some retro Olympic shirts. Like some retro
Some like
broadcast
Eurofit,
Olympic shirt. Like, dude. And then too, you gotta think, dude, Jason Wygant is not like fashionable looks guy. You know what I mean? Jason Wygant is like
help the guy out, dog.
Like, bro, that was the worst looking shirt I have ever seen in my life.
Like, why can't we put everybody in like a Jason Thomas shirt? That shirt looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looked better.
It looked a little bit more modern and comfortable, at least.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
did
you
it
could
look more
tell.
comfortable? My boy's wearing Schmeedy. I mean, he's got the flex, though, to do it.
You know, but with, Jason Wygant's arms out, look comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sleeves are actually normal. They like go down to like elbow. Like,
Yeah,
bro, they were like up here. I felt like it was like a Euro fit.
Yeah, I mean, I am going to say
And
this.
the top button was like,
Yeah, like, bro, not the.
This is a motocross broadcast, dog. Like, what are we trying to do here?
Better fit. I get that they're trying to, like, make it more, like, clean-cut, professional-ish.
No,
but, dude, that was not the fit.
Order the right size. And another pet peeve of mine, dude, like, for the 250 Moto 2, I would much rather see interviews from 4th, 5th, or 6th on the 250 class than the short-ass interviews that the riders don't want to do on the starting gate with that chick. Like, I feel bad for that girl and putting her in that situation where she has to walk down the line and, like, just, like...
That's Katie.
Yeah, get vibes from...
She's cool. I did the announcing with her at
I know, she's
Indy.
really good. I actually really like Katie. But, like...
She kind of... Didn't it seem like she struggled a little this weekend?
She definitely struggled a little bit, but, like, she's just finding her footing. Like, it's a tough spot to be there on the starting gate. Like, the riders, dude, just were, like... She was just, like, going down the... Jet, Chase has his headphones in the zone, and then, let's go down the line. Jet is looking down and getting focused, and, like...
Yeah, I mean...
It was very awkward.
Like, I don't want to talk when my mechanic's packing my gate, bruh.
And too, like I was thinking about it too. Like, you don't see like Tom Brady getting interviewed when he's getting ready to go out and being on the offense,
Dude, they don't interview the players during the entire game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to stay the fuck away from the interviews on the starting gate. Like, these guys have a job to do.
And like a really dangerous one.
Like,
too.
respect it. Like, you just had 40 riders finish on the track. Like, pick some of them.
Yeah.
Like, tell top 5 to go underneath the tent. So if you need more interviews, then you got 4th and 5th still.
Yeah, and then if that don't work, have James Stewart and Jason Wygant.
Or how about talk to team managers? Grab the team managers,
which they did do.
I know, but like, do it more. Like, that's their coach.
Yeah.
You
Well, the
don't
guy
need
that
to be
gives them their job too.
You know what I'm saying? But like, that's what NFL does. They don't talk to the fucking player. They talk straight to the coach, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. And NBA they do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Clint, just talk, bro. We don't give a fuck.
Hey, do you fools think Lars Lindstrom, Jason Thomas get their haircuts?
Same place, bro. Same fucking place. No question about it, bro. I mean, they get their hair done in the same room in the morning. Like, they stay at the same hotel, and they have a couple's mirror, a his and hers, and they get ready side by side.
I gotta say this though, Lars makes it look better than Thomas.
Oh, 100%.
Well, dude, I felt bad for Thomas this weekend, too, because, like, I mean, it's part of our sport. Short guys do good. You know what I mean? But, dude, my boy stood up against a couple people, like, at the starting gate, and it really gave a perspective on how short Jason Thomas is.
Yeah.
Which is, it's part of the sport, dude. Like, if you were good, we're talking 1%ers are over 6 foot, literally in our sport. That's what we're jockeys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. But
and 90 and point 90, 0.94% of the people who are over 6 foot tall is Benny Bloss.
Yeah. He's
Just
the only guy, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Jet and Chase are pretty tall, right?
Yeah, but they're not over 6.
No.
But I do want to say this, okay? That one right there, that one's for our boy James Stewart. The first round, dude, you were struggling. I don't know if he was off his game or he was sick or he didn't study enough, but the first round, or it could have even been audio issues, somebody in his ear trying to get everything to work and they were talking too much, whatever that was. But, dude, second round, James stepped up.
Yeah,
it was a much better broadcast. What'd you think?
I still really like James in the booth, good or bad. Like, I could definitely tell, and James could probably say the same, like, Fox definitely wasn't his best.
No.
Or, his average.
No.
So.
But is that the first time? Is that the first time James done it by himself? Has done it by himself?
What do you mean done what by himself?
Done a broadcast, like an entire broadcast. Or has he done it? Because usually we see him with Ricky, right?
No, James Stewart was by himself all last year too, or with a couple rounds.
Okay, cool. What were you saying, Clint?
I was gonna say my favorite part about when James does announcing is when he's not talking, but the camera's on him, is that face, that smile that he makes. Where I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but he full on looked like the cheesiest smile ever, and just dead in his eyes, where he's he's just trying to keep composure.
Well, I will say this: when I do Monster Jam, we have dead space in between, and the camera's on us, and my my producer in my ears Adam, smile, you're happy to be here, smile, Adam, and I'm just dead smiling with a stare off into the distance, because I think
someone's doing that to James at every second. Everyone's James, fucking smile, dude,
smile,
James,
smile.
James, where are you?
Yeah. Show me those pearly whites.
Yep. I'll put money somebody's telling them to smile for sure, because I get it in my ear all the time, because I get very serious and I look at I'm looking at the monitors, and I'm really focused on oh, what is he doing? Where, what's the analysis?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you get somebody in your ear, you're like,
all right,
hey!
Let's get back to the track and the motocross part. Just explain about I felt like this was a really good racetrack, and why it was a really good racetrack was, one, Shane Schaefer, Landon, and Dwight Power did an amazing job on the track, and they opened the whole track up. And yes, they made it faster, but they also didn't make these
kinks,
these kinks and these U-turns, and they made it really flowy. And yeah, they made rollers down the hill, but I feel like that's the only option, because you don't want it to just be a straight shot, wide open, fifth gear going down. You have to slow these guys down with something. So create some rollers, create it a little bit more technical and rough.
And two, can we get another round of applause for freaking we had a big accident and they just fixed it?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the party. We seen a problem and we just said, you know what? Let's take that out.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense. Great job, everybody. Nobody ate shit on that afterwards.
Yep, I know. Crazy. Hey, super simple.
What?
And when you have the operators, you can do it. It only takes, 5 or 10 minutes.
Boom.
What were you saying, Clint?
The one part of the track that I just felt was sketch was, that step up that everyone was casing down to the bottom. They would case the landing of the step up and just rebound down.
Yep. Then go to the top of the hill, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was the only part where I was just I'm waiting for someone just to clip their rear end and go full Indonesia off that thing.
That has been at HangTown. That step up where you step on, step off the step up has been at HangTown since I was a kid. And they've had it just like that where the lip is not enough to get over the top of that first roller.
They usually make it where it's like doable, but they did that 100% so you couldn't make it, or like you could barely make it and you couldn't just pin it down the downhill.
Yeah, so you like hit and then you bounce and you can't just and go 60 million miles an hour down the hill.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I thought the track changes they did, the obstacles they made, like, was phenomenal. They opened up the track. They opened up the corners. They didn't rip it super deep and ridiculous like a normal national is, and it made it for a really good racetrack. And what I even liked even more was in between motos, like you guys probably didn't even notice, but they put like these little dozer ruts on the inside of the corners to make more inside lines.
Yep.
And they came out sick.
Dude, my thing is like, dude, I don't care about the track layout. I don't care about the width that they did, which really helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing was every piece of dirt on that track was consistently watered and was like the same mixed of water with dirt to make it so you could go from left to right to the track. And that's the most important and hardest thing to do on a racetrack. Because everything, if you think about a motocross track, there's nothing really level. So when you spray a motocross track, the water either runs off or it settles into a spot. And somehow they really did a good job of getting everything on that track, left to right, the same depth and same consistency of water. So the riders could do what we were talking about and make lines all the way across the track. Where like at the beginning, this side was good and then that side was good. Where at Paula, you know, like Clint said, it was like 2 lines all the way around the track.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do.
And that track sucked.
Yeah, it was not good. But I mean, you're telling me too, like Paula is the worst track of the year, in my opinion.
I mean, out of all the nationals, for sure.
Yeah, Fox Raceway is the worst dirt that you can get on the second latter half of the track.
But I think just everybody needs to take into account, like, you know,
look at what a good racetrack can do.
Yeah, or look at what a good crew can do with good experience.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was kind of bummed I didn't get called to go work up there. But, like, if you have the right people, prep it the right way, build it the right way, and give them enough time to do it, it's going to be a lot better from years in the past. Like, that racing and that racetrack was better this weekend than it was in the last 10 years.
Without a doubt.
And you know how many people from, you know, whatever crew they fucking built or whoever said they could do it, did it, and they just, like, remember that funky-ass half pipe they built, like, a long time ago? Like, they built some random-ass shit that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, hire the right people, let them do it, give them the time to do it, and it'll come out sick, and it'll be better in the long run.
You literally need masters of dirt to water ratio.
Well, just masters of building a dirt bike track and a raceable track, not just operators. Like, anybody can fucking build anything, but have the vision to do it and know what to do and how to fix it is the best thing.
Okay, I said we weren't talking about 450s this year, but what the fuck? That shit was sick this weekend. Oh my gosh, Clint.
Dude.
Never have I ever seen Chase put in. I know we're skipping. Fuck Moto 1, okay? Fuck Moto 1. Let's go to 2.
No, let's just talk about Clint. Give him the news in Moto 1 at the beginning. Let's just drop that on him first.
Hunter sucks.
No,
he needs to work harder.
Jet. That.
No, Hunter.
Dude, Hunter, sick, dude.
Hunter was. I've never in my life seen a Lawrence to this point fight a track so much. They're usually so good at gelling with every single rut. They'll stand up all the way through the damn rut, sit down on the exit, and just they make the hardest tracks look so fucking easy when you know that it's not like that. You're like, dude, if I was on that track and I rode that section, my feet would be on the ground. Like I would be double tapping on both sides.
My tongue.
Yeah. But this was the first time I saw Hunter. Yes, okay, Jet sucked because Jet obviously was fighting some suspension shit. Like, okay, we can get that all the way. Yes. Jet's suspension was way off.
But for you guys that didn't watch the race or whatever, opening lap, Jet Lawrence tries to do the dumbest move, or I don't know what it was. Was it dumb? Was it him trying to do that? Like, dude, in my eyes, it almost looked like he was so used to it and he wasn't thinking about what was coming up. And he was like second naturing that he did that section in practice and would double that big ass jump. Mm-hmm. And he came down with so much speed. And the last second he was like, oh, fuck, I have to fucking double this because I have so much speed. And he went to do it. And he knew before that the fucking kicker wasn't the right way. And he mistimed it and just fucking pile drived himself into that thing and ragdolled. He is so lucky he's that strong and didn't get fucked up.
I mean, the craziest part though is like he got a sight lap to check it out. So he must have eyeballed that thing.
Yeah, but look at. I know you got a sight lap, but dude, the first lap is so gnarly. Ty, you have to admit, after the sight lap goes, how many times do you get a good start and you're out front and you're thinking about the lines or you're thinking about what you looked at the sight lap? You're just fucking pinning it and whatever comes up, comes up.
That is true. But you would think, like, bro, like James Stewart said on the broadcast, that's like the first time we've ever seen that happen, probably in the last like 2 or 3 years.
No, it's not. Dude, are you talking about like Jet?
When's the last time Jet brain farted and just totally biffed himself into no man's land?
Dude,
when's the last time?
When he was out front. When he was out front in Supercross and Tomac was catching him and he cased the fuck out of that triple. Do you remember when he just like cased the triple? You remember that now. I know. Bro, look at your eyeballs.
Yes, I do remember that
now. It was like the weirdest brain fart and he just like, boom, like way short.
I mean, he just got to stay focused.
I mean, it is rookie mistakes, but it's weird. Those two things were weird.
There's no rookie mistakes, bro. He just won 24 motos.
Yeah, it's not rookie anymore. He just made a mistake.
Yeah.
And didn't JS7 say something too? Like they reached back in the suspension box from 2023 to try something different?
No,
he was explaining that you can't just reach in the suspension box and pull it out for 2023 because the suspension, has new parts. They have a new, kind of chassis, and they have like a new combination that they have to make right for this year.
Yeah, and too, on top of that, what you don't know is like you don't know what motor mounts changed, what motor package changed, what he did compared to last year to advance the bike to get it to this point. And the suspension, you can't just strap an old set of suspension on your new setup and expect it to work, even if you did go 24-0.
Not at that level.
Now, if he was struggling at the first round and he got, say, 6th or 7th, then they would probably go back and rebuild his bike for 23 and go, okay, this is the platform you went 24-0 on. Let's see how this bike is compared to that bike. Yeah. But they're not, if he goes out and goes 1-1 at Paula, they're not, and that wasn't the 23 setup, they're not going backwards.
Well, let's just all right, that was enough Jet talk, but let's talk about the man of the hour and the man of the weekend making history, going from 40th to fucking first.
Okay, I just want to start it off by saying this. This is all I want to say. KTM, thank you. KTM, I formally apologize for saying that your bike should get magnetized by the dumpster and go in the dumpster. That it might not be for me, but clearly you guys have done the work. You've got the bike right for Chase. And okay, this is the question I've been waiting to ask on Track Talkers and I've had in my back pocket. Okay. I talk all this shit about KTM and how bad their bike is not doing good and how they need to get it better. And we talked about the KYB swap and all that stuff. My point is, in that particular moto, how much was that? What percentage pie are you going, the bike was fucking perfect, or how much percentage are you saying, no, this was perfect Chase Sexton? And Chase Sexton, didn't matter what fucking bike he was on, he was going to do that in that situation because he was just fucking on.
The last one's my pick.
100%. 100%, and I'll explain why. So
what's your
percentage
pick? Sorry.
Percentage pie, I would say 40% bike, 60% Chase. And the reason why I give that percentage, because it definitely wasn't like the bike definitely had enough comfortability to it and enough compliance with Chase to make it work.
Yes.
Because it definitely was working in some capacity, but by all means, I don't think it was a perfect machine for Chase. And Chase, as fast as he rode, like I could guarantee you from the mistakes and the shit he was pulling off, that bike could be better and make that speed be easier for Chase Sexton to go. Because, dude, the shit he was just fucking just shrugging off his fucking shoulder and still pinning it and fucking just going lap after lap, like that swap and
down the fucking hill,
those tank slappers that he's getting, those were real. That's because he's pushing his bike into kickers and pushing his bike into holes, and he just said, I need to go this fast, and I don't give a fuck what this bike does. I just know enough about this bike that it's not going to do something funky that's going to throw me over the front end.
Yes.
And he's just like, I'm literally going to bend this bike until this thing breaks or we're getting through it.
Or I'm going to win.
Yeah, or I'm going to win. And that's what happened is he just made that bike work. It worked good enough to handle that speed. That bike has never gone that fast ever.
In its life.
But the better question is do we see that Chase Sexton with jet racing at 100% capacity? Or do you think that Chase rode that way because it was like you either are winning today or you might not have another chance to win?
I think that that crash and that ride completely gave him a inner belief in the bike's capability to beat Jet. I think that was a confidence-changing ride for him to be like, okay, I know the bike's not perfect, but if I can go 4 seconds a lap faster than Aaron Plessinger in the lead, I can beat Jet on a good day. Yeah. That to me really was like so much more than a ride from 40th to 1st. That was that. I think we were watching the transition of Chase Sexton going, the bike's not good. Everybody in the world, including myself, saying the bike's not good enough for Chase to ride it fast enough. It's not it. To now, after that ride and seeing what he did in that moto, completely flipped the switch to, oh shit, dude, this thing can do it and I can do it on this bike. And that is going to be epic for the 450 class.
Well, and Clint, I want to bring you in on this too, because my opinion on this whole situation is like this 100% worked in like Chase's, I think Chase's way, and it doesn't, I don't know, mess with Jet that much, but in a way where like, I feel like it almost dehumanizes Jet. Or not dehumanizes him.
Humanizes him.
Humanizes him up enough where like Chase is not putting him on this pedestal of like, fuck, this kid can't be beaten, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no. Like I was
close.
Yes, I was close. And I was really close.
Yeah, because we've seen Jet manage these races so well.
You have no idea what's left or what's left in the tank. And when you're coming back to the truck, you're like, fuck, dude. How much was he suffering as much as me? Like, how much faster do I have to go to break him?
Yeah, like, and was he playing with me?
Yeah, and I feel like for that moment where Chase won and seeing that Jet like crashed and made that mistake, it just, I feel like confirmed with Chase, like, oh, this kid can be beaten. This kid can crash. He's just not this miracle man that everybody sets him out to be.
And how fucking sick was it? The fucking pass he did on Jet and Hunter. Just fuck you. You could just tell Chase was just like, fucking pussy.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, like, I will take you down.
Let me get in here because Ty said he wanted to bring me into this, and now you guys are walking away from it.
Addy was talking
so I do have a different perspective than you guys. I feel like that day, Chase is the only person that could have made that bike go that fast, and I still think that the KTM is shit, and I'll tell you why. He at no point had a clean line at anything. That bike was all over the place. He looked like a C-class rider that was hauling ass. And the thing is he was the only one with the marbles big enough to charge those sections because he wanted it that bad. I think his desire to just dial in and go fast, he didn't give a shit about what the bike was going to do because the bike was all over the place. It was still not dialed.
No.
That bike was way far away from being dialed, but he was the only person that could have made that 450 go that fast.
I agree. Yeah. And I think that KTM, that was a good eye-opener for KTM as well, because once he went that speed, Chase Sexton speed, you could see what the bike could do. You seen the bike stepping out down the downhill. You seen the front end tuck a little bit. You seen the bike sliding out in the rear end.
Fuck, dude, I could see that whole bike when he would hit like a huge kicker and pothole. I swear to God, I seen like the whole front end and like the front end, the bike compress and then deflect like side to side.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't even the suspension, like the whole frame, like he would drive the front end so much, like it would push the frame in and then he would get this gnarly explosion that would come out left or right.
Yeah, which is the energy from the frame that can't dissipate.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the suspension,
or
whatever
it's not dissipating, or it's not soaking up evenly.
Yes.
Because it's too rigid in the front.
And I think that's frame. That's not suspension because his fucking suspension's so fucking soft.
Well, and too, this brings me up to another point that I was a little confused on. Listening to the broadcast.
The bike ain't soft. The steel frame ain't soft.
That's why I'm saying they kept on saying, "Oh, does the KTM work here at HangTown because the rigidity of the steel frame is softer?"
They're out of the fucking loop.
Yeah, they're way out of the loop because everything I've been hearing and what Chase has been saying, even on Paula Press Day, is that this bike is rigid as fuck and it works way better at softer tracks. And I would much rather ride it on a softer track or an East Coast track than these California hard pack tracks.
Yeah, and that is because over the years, they've had such a big problem with the soft steel frame on the KTM working for Supercross.
And working in the whoops.
That they've stiffened up the frame. And now I think it's fucking too stiff. And that's where that hard point to find is with the steel is like it goes from too soft to too stiff very, very easily. And that's what Chase has been saying the whole time. And Jason Thomas and James Stewart, well, I think Jason Thomas said it and then James Stewart agreed. But dude, that KTM, everybody says the fucking frame is so goddamn stiff on that steel frame because the way that they put the bike together, it's not working. And the reason, let's talk about, just quickly, the reason why he said it works better at soft tracks is because when the frame is super stiff, right, and it doesn't flex side to side, that means the bike will stay more straight, okay? Because when it hits something soft, it plows into it and then plows through it, and it doesn't flex, right? So when the frame is soft on a soft track, what it does is it goes in, it flexes, and then it doesn't stay straight, and the bike will actually turn. Where when you're on a hard pack track, the flex works with you because the ground is so stiff that it takes the energy, puts it into the frame, and then the frame can dissipate that energy, right? So it's like bending and kind of malleable to the ground, where when you have a stiff frame in soft conditions, it makes the ground actually dissipate the energy instead of the frame, where the bike will still stay straight and the ground will move underneath you.
Yeah. And then you see too, you guys remember on like the 2017 and up Hondas, like a lot of people will say aluminum doesn't flex. It's super rigid. Like bullshit. We've seen it firsthand on the Hondas, especially, like I said, 2017 to I think 22 or 21. Remember we had to remove the back tank bolts on those things to get those frames to flex.
Yeah.
Like aluminum moves. Aluminum moves more than people think. And that's the thing. Like these steel frames, everyone's like, oh, it's steel. It's just like the old, 92 CR250s. No, they're running Delta boxes, oval shaped frames. They're doing so much to add rigidity to these things, like you guys are saying, but they've made them to the point where it's almost like a spring steel now. It's they compress, but then the frames rebound. And the suspension's like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Where it's like aluminum is just more consistent as far as its range of flex, and then also its dampening.
Yeah, and I was talking to Moseman, and freaking Moseman was saying that not Michael, Josh, the one that rides for Dirt Rider. He's like, yeah,
Motocross Action.
Motocross Action, sorry. He's like, yeah, dude, don't even judge a KTM until you have 7 hours on the bike, because it's so stiff at first with the frame that you can't even like judge a KTM for what it is until you put 7 hours on the frame.
Yeah. That's
so does that mean we'll see? Does that mean we'll see an even faster Chase Sexton after he's getting 7 hours on that bike, on that frame?
No,
that frame's probably the same frame he's ran in Supercross.
Yeah, and I'll bet too that they have those frames timed perfect. Like Morris is probably breaking in frames to a certain point to make sure, and they have an hour meter on the bike where it's like, okay, this window where this frame is at is actually a good frame. Like from 7 hours to 15 hours, the frame is good. Once that's out of that hour range, get a new frame, put one in that's at 7 hours. So we got those hours right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that ride from Chase Sexton was one that is going to be in the history books of greatest rides of all time. I mean, we still talk about James Stewart's ride
in the lights class.
No, we still talk about James Stewart ride at 450 in Toronto, where he went from 20th or 22nd to first. That was 40th. Well, it might not have been 40th because a couple guys crashed in the first turn, but 38th, 37th to first.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was 40th to first.
I mean,
it was everybody on the track.
Has anybody ever done 40th to first?
I think James Stewart on the lights on a lights bike did.
I mean, he won one other one ever, and that wasn't in the 450 class.
It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. AP rode fantastic. Bro, how gnarly did he have arm pump at the end of that moto? That dude, AP, I was like, oh, he's got it. He was so tired.
Dude, that just... Yeah. Well, because, he was stressing on how fast Chase Sexton was catching him. And he tried to pick it up on that rough-ass track. And, dude, trying to pick up that flow and just hitting all those square edge bumps and stuff, like, it's virtually impossible. But, like, fuck, dude, what a heartbreaker, too, for 2 corners to go, basically, until you kind of, like, knew basically one corner, because if you would have made that one corner, he would have took the inside and then the inside around the roller turn and would have won.
Yeah, but to me though, it looked like Sexton kind of gave up and was like, okay, I'm good with second. And then the last lap, he's seen how much AP was losing it. and decided to go.
I think a lap and a half. He saw him.
A lap and a half.
And he was like, "Oh shit, he's right there. There is a chance."
And he's fading.
Yeah.
You know, like he really saw AP kind of just drop anchor hard. Where like it looked like once he got into that second place area, he kind of looked like he was like, okay, I made it back to second place.
Yeah,
this is pretty sick.
I made some sketchy ass moves. I fucking jumped through a couple rings of fire on this moto,
and I'm gonna get the win.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten tagged.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get the win. He knew he had the overall.
Yeah,
so he was kind of like, it looked like he settled in, which was a smart move. And then he saw the opportunity.
And then he was like, "Oh fuck it!
I mean,
ripping this moto. What else? What else can I do?"
Historical ride.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch that look back off that big triple that Aaron did on that last lap? He did that look back.
Not that Aaron did. I was looking at Chase or whatever in the beginning, looking over, and then because he would jump the triple on like the hill, first or second section, up the hill, and he would look over and try to eyeball where everybody was at, and then would fucking put his head down.
Wasn't that sick? He was like literally like. After the start, you go up the hill, do the hip jump, down the hill, and then the right turn, there was like a triple step up, right?
Yeah.
Chase would go up, and he'd look over and literally like scout the area, and it's like, he's there. That's how much I got to get. And then he would land and go.
Yeah, he would pin it.
That was so gnarly.
Dude, I just hope that races keep on being like this because that it makes outdoors watching it so much easier.
Oh, dude, I'm not even kidding. The second motos, I was like at Fox Raceway, I was like, oh my God, please just stay awake. Just stay awake. Just stay awake. I only got 10 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes. Okay, 2 more minutes. I mean, dude, I literally couldn't take my eyes off the TV. HangTown Moto 2 450.
I know. I was like so excited to watch it.
Epic.
So pumped.
Epic. Let's go down the list. Let's go down the results. So 450 Moto 2, Chase Sexton, Aaron Plessinger grabbed the freaking American flag like Deegan on the podium. I love his interviews. Justin Cooper with a 3rd, Hunter Lawrence 4th, Jason Anderson 5th, Jet Lawrence. Excuse me. Jet Lawrence 6th place. He looked like he was hurting.
Bro, his interview on the starting gate where he was like,
it hurts like shit. What did he say?
Oh, no, I feel like shit.
Yeah. Excuse
my
language.
But I got to get to work.
Yeah, excuse the language, folks.
Yeah. I was fucking dying.
Like, what do you expect him to say, bro?
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why we don't need to have fucking interviews on the starting gate.
Yeah, like, and that's Katie trying to do her job.
I know. That's 100% Katie, but that's also, it leads with MX Sports saying riders are off limit once they get in the starting gate box.
Yeah, like, it's just hard because they're telling Katie, like, we need interviews.
That's where, like, Jeff Cantfield or MX Sports needs to come in and be like, hey,
once the riders get in staging,
the starting gate box,
yeah, it's over.
Even if they're taking a piss or whatever, like, no more interviews. Yeah. Like, everybody that's coming off the track in the lights class, you can interview anybody you want. You can go back to their pit. You can grab 5th. You can grab 6th. Yeah. Just tell us what you can grab, but they're done for the day. They can rest. Like, these guys are getting prepared.
Yeah, and if you're in staging, that's the cutoff. If your bike's in staging, you can't talk to the riders anymore because they need to focus. I mean, there's a reason Jet has his headphones on.
Yeah.
Go to Lars. Go to
Dazzy. Go to his mechanic.
Go to Christian.
Or don't even go to his mechanic. Go to Dazzy. Go to his team manager. Like, go to somewhere where it's not on the starting gate. Like, those people have serious jobs and millions of dollars are on the line.
Like, dude, not only that, but look at what happened in the lights first turn. We go into the first turn wide open, pinned, sliding our bikes, and you could get really f***ed up in the first corner.
Yes.
And then the first lap is like an all-out sprint on a track that you don't really know full bore. I know you get a sight lap, but it's not really that great.
Yeah.
You know, you're still just sending it at full all-out sprint through the kickers.
Well,
Like,
and speaking of stuff not great, like, you're not going to get a great interview on the starting line.
no. They don't know what's going to happen in the race. They're trying to focus. Either they had a good moto or second moto. You know, there's not a lot that can happen.
Yeah.
If you're going to get the interview, get it in between the races, which ain't going to work because that's when the lights are going on. But maybe that's when you should do it and record it and be like, hey, Jet, how's it going? How are you feeling? What setup changes? What's your goal for the second moto?
Yeah, but that's like giving a fucking NFL player an interview during halftime. Fuck no. You can interview anybody you want after the second motos.
Yeah.
Like, just grab, like, I think it should be mandatory. Like, anybody in the top 5 in the championship, you are going to the podium regardless of where you finished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's actually really good. They should make that, because you know how like people are complaining about Jet getting an interview for getting 6th. You know, like there's people like, oh, hope you interview 6th next weekend. Anybody that's in the top 5 in the championship should be required to go to the podium after the race and be ready to speak.
Yes. Absolutely. There's no question that should be a thing. Because, like, especially when we get later in the season, like, I would like to hear from, like, 2nd or 3rd or 1st in the championship, even if they got, like, 4th or 5th.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes, like, I would like to hear from, like, Ty Masterpool. Like, that was an extraordinary thing that he did.
Like, I don't know why, like, dude, like, pick the guys that aren't winning but are having amazing races. Like,
yes.
Ty Masterpool would have been stoked. He didn't get on the podium, but he would have been like, dude, I was reaping out there. I almost passed Deegan, and then I got arm pump, and I faded,
like,
but
what happened?
I'm going to be come back swinging next week.
Yeah, and, like, James Stewart, Jason Wygant, Katie, a lot of people know what a good ride is, you know, off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get these guys an interview, because I like the interviews. You know, and I want to see more interviews from guys. I want to know more.
It's got to be the right place.
Yes.
And
I
the
agree.
right place is not after 250 Moto 1, not after 450 Moto 1, but after 250 Moto 2 and after 450 Moto 2.
Yeah. What do you think, Clint?
You know, I feel like it's just overshadowing. I know that the big story is Hayden Deegan. I know the big story is, you know, Sexton coming from way back, and they want to talk about that, and they want to really kind of stretch out those segments as much as possible. But I agree. I mean, personally, I would have liked to have heard from Justin Cooper. That guy's, no one's really talking about how much distance he's covering in that class in such a short amount of time on a 450. Yeah. I'd love to hear how the adaptation's going. I want to hear what he thought about the track and his performance. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great. Just Moto 2, open it.
Justin Cooper really did interview on after Moto 2, and he said the track was great, and that's actually the only track he's went 1-1 on. So he actually really likes HangTown.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I agree with the Masterpool just because I'm a fanboy Masterpool. He runs dirt trick sprockets on his normal bike. What up? Shout out. But you know, the thing is yeah, I mean, truthfully, I don't give a crap what Jason Anderson has to say, or Bam Bam, or like any of those guys. I would really like to know from Bam Bam what the hell's going on. Like, why are you so far out? Is your bike just junk? Or are you junk? Like, what's happening? I'd like to know what's going on with his performance.
And too, like, another guy, Christian Craig, got 11th in the second moto. I would like to hear from him. Justin Hill, 14th. He stepped it up this weekend. I'd like to hear from him. You know, Marshall Welton, Colin Park, all these guys, you know, or even like Shane McElrath. What happened in 24th? You know, like, there's other guys to be interviewed that make interesting stories as well. I'm okay with you interviewing Jet in 6th, but let's do some other ones. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think there should be a tracker, like, if anybody gets like their like
personal best
like finish, regardless of what place, they should be interviewed.
Or
on,
personal best, anything.
On Peacock, yeah.
Yeah, anything at all.
Like, I feel like that's not too hard to, like, regulate and to keep track of.
No. And I'm telling you, anybody
It could be even 450 Moto 1, and then you interview them after 450 Moto 2.
Yeah, anybody outside of top 10 would be at that podium in a heartbeat.
100%.
Oh yeah.
A heartbeat. You know what I mean?
With their jersey.
Yeah, with their jersey on. Cool. Well, I don't know. That was episode number 10, Track Talkers.
Thunder Valley coming up next.
Is there anything else you guys want to chit-chat about?
I
mean, I think we covered just about damn well everything. Clint didn't get to say shit again this one.
No, I got a little bit in edgewise, but the truth of the matter is like this race is just it was a Deegan and Sexton show. That's the biggest point. It was we can't take anything for those guys. I still can't understand my brain, like how there could be Deegan haters. I don't get it. I mean, what a tremendous athlete. What a tremendous, like, if you put aside the politics, whose child he is, all that crap, look at it from an athletic point of view. The kid is a killer athlete and a damn good racer. And sure, he likes to, talk smack, but we need that. We really do. And some people look at that, oh, that's unprofessional. That's not how a champion should be talking to Levi Kitchen. Levi, do you think I deserve that race? It's like, hell yeah, dude, drum that shit up. We want to hear that. We want to hear that track talk, So
yeah, just like you guys want to listen to us talk shit about the real shit and not slap some freaking frosting and a cherry on top of it just because somebody wants us to and that's politically correct. No, the best time you have is when you're bullshitting with the boys and you just say what you want to say. And that's what Deegan does. He doesn't give a shit, bro.
No, he doesn't.
And I like that. I think there's been too many years of the pants and suits on the outside of the interview tables, they're dictating too much of what the riders say, where we were like, dude, no, we want to hear some track talk here. We want to hear you guys banter a little bit, go back and forth. And I think it's cool that Deegan's like, you know what? Met a militia, fool. Check this out. This is how it went down. I think that's super, super rad because that the tuxedos on the other side of the cameras are shaking their fingers at certain guys when they say, like, the KTM regime, right? You just know that they're 100% controlling a lot of what these guys say. And that's where AP is so fun to watch when he gets up because that dude's emotion gets me so hard every single time he's like on the podium because once again, like, am I the only one? Did he almost start crying again? Like when they're talking about
it looked like it.
They were saying you wanted that so bad. You had that first place. And like he started like welling up, like he was, he wanted to say like, bitch, shut up. Like you're getting me teared up here. But he's such a rad dude, and I would love to go fishing with him.
Straight up. I think that is just a testament to, like, I really appreciate what Deegan's doing, whether they hate on him or not. And the problem with society and why I think things have changed so much compared to like back in the old days is, dude, everybody is so afraid to get canceled now. If you say one wrong word, if you say one wrong thing, everybody is so ready to just completely cancel you and throw you under the rug. And it's like Deegan is like hanging out. He's 18 years old and he's letting it fly on the track and he's letting it fly on the podium and he's letting it fly on his YouTube. And, people are digging him, and I'm sure he's going to fuck up once or twice. We're going to see 100%. Hayden Deegan do something, and he's going to be in the tabloids. But, he's probably going to make TMZ or something gnarly's going to happen one day. And, that's part of the deal, when you do that. But that's entertainment, dude. That's what we want to see. We want to see these guys risk it. We want to see them be themselves. We want to, we want that raw emotion and feeling and who they are. And it's just so hard to be that now because there's so many limitations and so many people ready to hit the red button at any moment on anybody.
Can I get an amen?
Amen, my brother. Ty,
Dang,
can you
that's
get an
right.
amen?
Amen.
Dang,
I'm
right.
ready. I'm ready for round 3, Thunder Valley.
I know, me too. It's going to be sick. I'm so ready to see if Levi Kitchen can pull it out of the hat.
Yeah. Make sure you guys tune in next week.
Tune in next week. Clint, thanks for coming on the show.
Anytime, boys.
Track Talkers. Peace.